Y'all, I was bamboozled. I thought that the hints for set three were going to all be brushes. Nope. They were actually all hints for the exact same thing. The three hints were Wallace and Gromit, Fresh Linen, and Library. Again, I thought all these were going to be completely different brushes, doing completely different things, but they were all hints that Meridell is coming. That's right. The plot for Champions of Meridell and the battle for Meridell are both coming in set three. I am so freaking excited. These are my favorite plot lines ever. To be honest, I haven't played all the plot lines on Neopets, but these are my favorite. It also kind of feels like, you know how like if you liked Pokemon for like Generation One, that's like your favorite Pokemon generation ever, and nothing can ever top it. That's how I feel with the Battle for Meridell plotline. Is that if you played it during that time, that like that's just like your favorite, and like nothing will ever top that. So that's how I feel with the Champions of Meridell and Battle for Meridell. I definitely predicted some things that were revealed during the live stream, but something that I really wasn't expecting was to see brand new pets. I am so excited. We are getting three new pets. We have the Drake, the Corbat, and the Skeeth. And oh my gosh, guys, the art for these are so stinking cute. They're so adorable, and they're all taking place in Meridell. Maybe we'll see some taking place in Dargan as well, but for now, it looks like these are all in Meridell or a combination between Meridell and Dargan. But these are so freaking cute. I am so excited. And to be honest, they said that you can't have the Meridell and Darrigan plotlines without Corbat and Skeeth, because those are the villains and like the king. And I agree. I am so excited to see all of this. Another thing that they are releasing is a Meridell starter deck. And it's going to have an exclusive green Drake alternate art. And he just looks so cool in his little power pose. Like, I love it. They also said that his equipment that he's wearing isn't just for show. So that has me to believe that the armor or the equipment that he has on will actually be things that we will see in game, which is really cool. Which is basically a given, right? But it's just kind of cool to kind of get that confirmed question mark. If you watched my predictions video, you would have seen that I actually predicted this in a way, right? Okay, so I started out saying that the set and every set going forward is going to need like a big theme, something that like will draw people in, whether it's people that love Neopets or people that have never played Neopets but just kind of like cool art or designs or themes. And I said that some examples could be Dargan, Tyranian, and then I mentioned the plot, the void within plot later in the video. All three of them are coming this year. And I am incredibly excited. Dargan is absolutely one of my favorite paintbrushes. And Tyranian is also my favorite too. So they didn't actually confirm the Tyranian paintbrush, but they confirmed the War of Obelisk is the next set. I'll talk about these later, but that's just one of my other favorite paintbrushes. It was cool during the live stream because Bobby, shout out Bobby, he shouted me out and he watched my video. He was like, actually predicted this, or he got this one right in his predictions video. And the second paintbrush is the Royal Paintbrush, which I am so incredibly excited. There are, unfortunately, only going to be two paintbrushes, but what's really cool about this is the Dargan paintbrush. Every pet is going to be painted Dargan. And then for Royal is going to be like the hit for the box, right? So it's going to be like our rainbows, our silver pets. It's going to be like one per box, you know, statistically. They didn't show off any Dargan pets. They didn't show off any Royal pets. I'm curious if they're just going to do like Royal Gellert and have both of them, both Royal Boy and Royal Girl, in the art, or if they're going to split up the pets and have them be like half boy, half girl, or maybe they're going to do, that'd be kind of crazy. That'd be a lot of cards, but maybe they're going to do all 20 something basic pets Royal Boy and all 20 basic pets Royal Girl. That would be crazy. That'd be so much collecting. And that would be a lot of cards like in the set just for that one paint. But it would still be kind of cool to maybe see both of them on the art. That'd be, yeah, I think I would like that. The thing that I'm so freaking excited for is they released some new card types, y'all. They gave us heroes and pets. Freaking pets are coming. Yes, yes, yes. And again, if you didn't watch my predictions video, fake fan, you would have saw that I kind of got pets right, like for how the cards will work. Um, there was one cool new thing for the pets. I'll explain a little bit, but there's one thing about pets that I didn't actually predict at all. It wasn't not in my 2025 pet bingo card. The first new type are heroes. Heroes are going to work like fairies in the sense that where the fairies go on the board, that's where heroes are going to go. There are also going to be one per deck. So just like fairies, you can have multiple different types of fairies. You know, Marina and Jadora and Soup Fairy. You could probably have multiple different kinds of heroes in your deck, but you can only have one of those heroes. They also said that since heroes are being released, villains are also going to be released, and everything that I said about heroes also applies to the villains as well. So for heroes, they only showed off one, which is King Skrull. He looks so cool. This is what I'm most excited for. Okay, we have pets in the game. I can't believe it. I mean, I can't actually believe it. Of course, we're gonna get pets. Like, of course, they're gonna come to the game. And the artist that did these pets, 10 out of 10. Chef Kiss, so good. Our first one that they showed was Crocabeck, this cute little crow. The next one is Winnie, which is so freaking cute. Honestly, I think that Meridell pets might be one of my favorite kind of pets. Like, I just love the medieval times and just like all that like fantasy behind it. And they did such a good job. And of course, one of my favorite pets is the Termac, and he is coming to the game. The Termac is going to be a starter deck exclusive. And what was interesting too is that Bobby and Ryan said that the Termac background is like Termac Roll, the game in Neopets. And maybe we will see Termac Roll in this game too. Maybe. So I'm curious how that's going to be. Is it going to be a whole separate like side game? Is it going to be a card that, how we have like the legend type, the pet type, the equipment type? Are we going to have a type that's called game? And is it going to be like, you know, like in Pokemon, you have your stadium card that goes in the middle between both player boards? Is it going to be like that where you can put the game card between the player boards and both players can use its ability during their turn? Or is it going to be a card that you play on your turn? Like, I'm just curious. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm glad that games are maybe coming to this game. So it's a fun mechanic. If that is true, they've added so many fun new things just in this new set that I can't wait. The last pet that they showed off was a Turtum, and this one is also a starter deck exclusive. He's so cute. Again, I love the background that it's like the bullseye game in Neopets. Such a good, cute little touch. The artist definitely, like, I just love that they pick artists that play Neopets and are a huge fan of Neopets. Like, you can just totally tell they did a really good job. So for Legends, we got some new team icons. We have the Champion of Meridell and the Darrigan. Not really too sure if these are the exact names that they're going to use with teams, but we have two new teams. On the Champion of Meridell side, we have Elisha. She is a legend that costs 2. She has, in her text, it has 2 unannounced cards that say you can grab and put in play. And I'm really excited to see like how that mechanic is going to work, because it says at the end of your turn you don't clean up those cards, which is kind of a new term that we've never seen before in Neopets. And so curious how that is going to actually all play out. But I'm assuming they're gonna stay on the board, and that's really exciting. They have not shown off those 2 cards yet, so I can't wait to see what their actually abilities are. Next legend in the Champions of Meridell is King Scarl, the full art slash alternate art royalty rare. So if you look on the side of the card, it has RYL, I believe, indicating this is the royalty rare. And it's like that like stained glass look. And then it's so pretty. They didn't say what the pull rate was going to be for these alternate arts or how many there were, but this is one of them. The next legend we have is General Golgoroth. This is a level 3 Team Darrigan. His ability is really interesting too, just because I am curious if this is going to play with the painted Darrigan pets, whether it's like making an extra attack or having 0 cards in your hand or something like that. They did mention that the new painted pets abilities in the past, they were more focused on attack and defense, and they wanted to try something different with these painted pets. So maybe again, Darrigan, you could do an extra attack if you have no cards in your hand. It's a really cool looking card, and I can't wait to see what the actual Darrigan pet abilities will be. Next, we have equipment. We have Kayla's chemistry set. This card is gonna go crazy with potions. I'm excited. I haven't made a potions deck just yet, but I think I'm gonna actually make a potions deck prior to Champions of Meridell coming out and just kind of see how the mechanic works. And then when Champions of Meridell comes out, we'll upgrade or update my potions deck. Next, we have Jaren's Shield. This art looks so amazing. I can't wait to actually see what Jiren looks like. To be honest, we might actually know what he looks like based off the pack art and the box art. They tend to use card arts for the packages, so we might actually know what it looks like. I'm excited to see more of his equipment. The next one is our first Dargan equipment, and we have Dargan's Orb. They said this is our first secret rare equipment. This is also the alternate art for the card. So again, we have 2 alternate arts that are shown. Not sure how many there are in this set. I'm low-key hoping we get more than 4 like we did in the first set. I think alternate art cards are just so pretty, and it's such a fun card to like try to chase. We also have some more Starter Deck exclusive cards. We have the Green Knight Legend. He is going to only be in the starter deck, and he looks really cool. Just super bright and vibrant. Like that green just like really pops. I'm excited to see what other legends we get within the starter deck and how this will like complement the deck overall. The next starter deck exclusive that they showed off was an equipment called Regulation Meridellian Crossbow. It's a mouthful. And this one, I think is going to go pretty crazy. I'm curious because it says you can play any number of this card in your deck. And I'm curious how we're going to get more if this is the starter deck exclusive. Like, how many are going to come in the starter deck? Are we going to get 2 or 4? And then how do we get more beyond that? Because if you can have unlimited, you would need more of this card, and I can't imagine this will be the only way. So I would think that maybe they're going to add this card, or I hope they add this card in the OBL Pack 2, which is also coming this year. I can't wait. I'm really excited to see what those cards are going to be. They have not showed off anything about that. And as far as cards go, one of the questions I asked during the live stream was how many cards are going to be in this set. And they said between 250 and 300 cards, which is really cool. That's 250 is about what the first and second set had. So that kind of is in line with what they've already been released. I'm going to circle back to petpets. So the petpets, they said, are going to be going into one of your equipment slots. You play it during your prep phase, and it takes up your card per turn. Each pet, like you can see, has an ability, and it also has stats. So it has HP, attack, defense, and agility. And what's cool about pets is that you can use one of those stats every turn. So on your turn and your opponent's turn during your battle phase, you can pick which stat you want to add to your Neopet. So if you're attacking, maybe you want to add, more attack to your Neopet. Maybe the pet has 2 attack. You can give those 2 attack to your Neopet during your attack phase, and then your turn's over, goes to your opponent's turn, they're attacking you. Maybe you want more defense. You add the 1 defense from your pet to your pet. Such a neat idea. And they all have an ability, and there's a new keyword called fetch. Basically, what fetch does, so cute, because they're like, you play fetch with your pets. And it's like, yeah, you do play fetch with your pets. In this game, fetch works that if it says fetch 1 card from your deck, you would grab the 1 card from your deck and you'd put that pet in your deck. So essentially, wherever you are getting the card from or wherever you're fetching the card from, you're replacing your Neopet in that area. So the Termac is really cool. It says you can fetch 1 food from your deck, discard, or void, which means you can now replay your food, which is fantastic. It's so cool. I was waiting for them to introduce a mechanic where you can interact with your void, like to grab cards back from the void. But I kind of thought it was going to happen later when they were going to release the void within. So I'm shocked that it's actually happening now. But I mean, you can't interact with all your cards, right? It's only just your food. But still, being able to get a food back is pretty huge. I love the hot dogs, and the abilities are just so powerful. I can't wait to see what kind of food they will introduce this time. You know, are they going to introduce like Meridell food, or there's been a lot of berries sprinkled in on the backgrounds of these cards? So are they going to add like these berries? That would be fun. Also notice that pet pets have HP. So the one stat that you can't give to your Neopet is the HP. The HP is only there for if you have a pet and if your opponent has a pet, your pet can attack your opponent's pet. And that's, I don't want to say it's the only way to get rid of the pet because there might be cards that say something, but as of right now, that's how you defeat your opponent's pet is by using your pet to attack it and then lowering its HP. And then, of course, if you use the ability to fetch, you are essentially getting rid of your pet. It's going to be put into the deck, the discard, or the void. Your pet will then go away. A fun new side game that they created is the pet battles, which is just so cute. Like I love it. So how it works is you're gonna pick one pet, and in Neopets right now it's the best 2 out of 3. In a pet battle, it's just the best one. Whoever can win one game wins. Have your one pet, and the deck is consist of 20 cards. They didn't explain what makes up the cards, except for you can only play up to level 3 cards. So you can't have any level 4 or level 5 cards in your deck. Maybe that means that your pet can only go up to level 3. They didn't say if you are limited to one copy of each card in your pet battle deck, or if you could still have 2 copies like you can in the regular deck. But that's really cool. I'm excited to see how that's going to look. And honestly, it might be a fun like pre-release game or just a quick little battle, right? Stores can have a quick like side tournament of pet battles, and you know, they said it takes about 10 minutes, which I believe it because the pets have such low HP. But that's pet battles, and I'm so excited for that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how many pets there are total. I think I have a good rough idea, but I might make another video or maybe a short of what I think Champions of Meridell will have. Last thing that they showed off is their roadmap. So in spring 2025, we are going to get our set 3 Champions of Meridell, as well as the starter deck Champions of Meridell. Also in 2025, we're going to get the OBL Pack 2. I'm so curious what's going to be in that. I hope we get more cards than we did in set 1. Because I'm not seeing any other OBL packs for the rest of the year, that kind of concerns me. I was hoping that they would kind of go into a shorter run for OBL packs and not kind of have them be one per year. So I'm hoping that we will get more OBL packs in the future, but like by future I mean this year. If we don't, then I hope we get more cards in the card pool, just because I go to my locals every week and I'm kind of getting the same cards now, and so it's just nice. It would be nice to like have a bigger pool to like maybe keep that excitement going. After that, in the summer, we have the War of Obelisk set coming out with 2 more structure decks. Structure decks are going to be, they said, a little bit more expensive, but that's because they're going to be more competitive cards, probably more staples that you would use compared to starter decks. They did say that the starter deck for Champions of Meridell will have more useful cards. So I'm excited to see what those cards are going to be. I'm sure all these starter decks will get, the normal dice and fun stuff like that. Then after that in winter is when we're going to be getting the Void Within plot set. I would assume by then the plot would be finished online. So it'll be really cool to see how all those characters and the plot turns into the Void. Said that they want to do something special for the Void Within plot, kind of like they did for the 25th celebration set. They had that box with the playmat and the dice and the counter and the card sleeves. They said they'd want to do some kind of box again. They also don't know what items they're going to use just yet, but they did say they want to do something special for that set. That has been the first look at our new spring 2025 set, Champions of Meridell, as well as the roadmap for 2025. All these announcements have me so pumped up for what's to come, and I can't wait to see more cards revealed, hopefully soon. But in the meantime, keep gaming, and I'll see you next time. Bye.